Hello, mi gente, welcome back to a brand new video. Decided to put my hands into something completely new, and hopefully I can actually give you guys what I want to say, the points I want to make without having to really mess up too much or talk too much. But basically the whole point of this video is I'm gonna go over the trailer, talk about my points, and I'm gonna be pausing a lot, okay? So if you guys just want to see the trailer, I'll leave a link in the description where you can just enjoy it without any pausing, because I am gonna be talking about the things that I see, okay? That's the first thing I want to make out. Anyways, let's just start this shit. By the way, I've already seen the trailer, so most of the things that I'm gonna say here are nothing new to me, but of course I just want to go over them with you guys so we can kind of have a discussion in the comment section. Okay, this seems to be the whole story mode thing that they're doing right now. Well, there you go, guys. Boruto. A lot of you guys were asking about Boruto characters. Here you go. The stage goes online. Forum 4, okay. See, let me pause here real quick. First of all, I like the fact that they're showcasing the newer characters like Hinata and such. One thing though that is really confusing the living hell out of me is the whole Ninja League thing. Like, it's Ninja League specifically a game mode or what? Because here's the thing. It says here Ninja League, 4-on-4 battles, and then it goes from that to, oh, barrier battle, and then obviously it's going to show something else like flag battle and whatever. So what is Ninja League exactly? Is it just a 4-on-4 match, or is it the specific different game modes that are, like, I'm confused though, like, I don't know, because the way they put it, I'm gonna go back real quick. I'm gonna go back, okay? Because I'm gonna show you guys what I mean, okay? In the Ninja League, teams of 4 were indoor battles, right? And then it says, right on the beginning, it says right here, look, main mode battle, Ninja League, okay? So, 4-on-4, watch, and then it'll go to barrier battle, okay? What does that mean? What's the point of calling it Ninja League then? Flag battle, we've seen this. Okay. Alright, so let me just, pause right here. The gameplay looks a little more brushed up. I like the fact that it looks a little more high quality than the last time we saw gameplay. That's pretty dope. A lot of people were having some kind of doubts about getting the game because of how it looked the last time they saw it. So I'm glad that it does look like it's getting polished a little bit, okay? So, and the game is still under development, so obviously that's bound to happen. You're bound to see some changes for the better. At least, in my experience, that's what I see when the game's under development. Now, the thing that I saw here that kind of interests me was, for example, Kakashi has the Sharingan, right? I want to know specifically what eye power is doing this game, because so far from what we've seen it's a very small amount, and you guys will see later down the trailer. There's other things like the Byakugan that they show. Okay, so let's just move on. Sub mode mission. All right, man. I like these boss battles though, man. I really hope they make them like very challenging to do, and not just you doing combos out the ass. Alright, this is story mode, right? Yeah, this is giving me story mode vibes. Yeah. Alright, these are the created characters from the scan. Alright, let me just talk. Hold on, let me just say this real quick. You guys are gonna see a lot of clones, and by clones, I'm talking about a lot of characters or custom-made characters that look like the ninjas from Naruto. You guys will see a lot of that. For example, on the top left, you guys can see this guy looks like Saya but with red hair. On the bottom left, you see a dude with like Hisame's hair. The bottom right, you see somebody that looks just like Sakura, to be fair. And then on the top right, I don't know, I guess that would be like Utakata or something. But in general, like, this game is gonna have assets from characters that are already in the game, okay? So you are gonna see a lot of clones in online when you play. By the way, wanted to mention real quick, I like the fact that, like, if you guys can see on the background, the defense type avatar, he has heat on scythe, and he actually uses it. So the fact that you can put a weapon on your character and he'll actually use it is pretty cool. Like, it's not just an accessory. I like the fact that they went with that, all right, because it actually adds a little bit of dynamic gameplay to the actual game. But let's move on. Okay, attack type has Rasengan. Okay. Alright, this is where I wanted to stop. This is when I wanted to stop. So you guys remember, I made a video talking about how that we're going to have to find some way to balance the game out. Because if you allow people to simply use any kind of jutsu on any kind of avatar, it would spell for disaster, okay? It would not be a balanced game. Let's just leave it at that. And I guess the way they went with this was, depending on what type you make your custom-made avatar, they're going to have a limited amount of jutsus. Meaning, for example, look at this range type. He did Amaterasu, he did Kirin. You know, he's doing jutsus that are from far away. He's doing long-range type jutsus. The attack type avatar is doing things like Rasengan and Shiratense. And if you guys know from the previous trailers, both Naruto and Pain are both attack types. So what I'm assuming is, let's say, depending on the type that you are, those are the kind of mentors that you're going to be able to actually interact with. At least that's what I'm going for here, because so far, like, the range type is only doing range things. The attack type only doing attack jutsus. Let's move on and see the other ones though. Defense type, look at that. The defense type is doing the spiky human boulder. So, as you guys know, Choji was confirmed on a scan, and he was confirmed to be a defense type. So, it's adding credibility to the assumption that you can only have mentors that are the same type as you, okay? Which is a good way to balance the game, in my opinion. It does limit the way you play, because you can't just use any jutsus, but I'm glad they're doing it this way, so that way the game's a little more balanced. I like this. That looks pretty cool. Okay, heal type. This is nice, okay? This is nice, because obviously the way this works is a team dynamic. You have to make a team and work together to be able to actually be able to fight the other people. I like how they're going with this, because a lot of people online in online games tend to have this issue where they love being one-man armies. They love doing things by themselves. And if the game forces you to think like that, or to think as a teamwork kind of setup, you are going to be able to play this game and enjoy it a lot better, okay? So there's another thing that this heal type does, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to pause there. Okay, right here. So the heal type has the Byakugan, okay? Which leads to me assuming that you can just add things like the Sharingan and other Aijutsus, or Dojutsu as they're called. If you guys can see, okay, I didn't actually notice this up until now, but you can see your opponents through the tree. Like, if you guys can see right here, you can see your opponents through solid objects with the Byakugan, and you can see your teammates. So you can kind of basically coordinate around what your teammates are doing and what your opponents are doing. You guys can see that the teammate is kind of blue chakra network, and the other ones that are enemies are kind of red chakra networks. I like this. It's pretty fucking dope, in my opinion. It's really dope. Okay, that jutsu's nice. See, here's where I wanted to mention, okay? Here's the jutsu that Shikamaru has that was in the scan. I'm gonna show you what he does. Pause right here, okay? So basically that jutsu, for a certain amount of time, you can immobilize the opponents that you hit with them. And I'm gonna click back real quick. I'm gonna click back because you guys need to see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Look at the range of that. Look at the amount of, like, look at the radius of that ultimate jutsu, dude. Like, that covers a pretty nice area, okay? So if you can get multiple enemies in there and then set up with a teammate to do an ultimate or something, you can do some serious damage, okay? I like what they're doing with this. This is pretty dope, okay? Now we're gonna move on. Alright, it's just gameplay from now on, I think. Yeah, it's just gameplay from now on. Alright. And I think that's the trailer. That's the trailer, man. Let me tell you guys right now. I'm in love with how they're handling the game. I'm in love with how they're handling the gameplay specifically. So you can give characters certain dojutsu, okay? The Byakugan allows you to see characters through the wall. And I'm assuming there's a cooldown time to it, obviously, you know, like most jutsus. If you guys saw the gameplay from a live stream a while back for Shinobi Striker, there is cooldowns to jutsus in this game. So I'm assuming the Byakugan, you activate it, it's activated for a few seconds, then it goes back down and you gotta wait for the cooldown. I like what they're doing with this. It really makes the game look a little more complex than what we were led to believe in the beginning, okay? The other thing I like is the fact that you can put on weapons and actually use them. That's a very cool thing to just add to custom-made characters. Games like Xenoverse, for example, and of course, I'm not trying to, you know, pit one against the other or anything like that, but games like Xenoverse, you put on a weapon and you really can't use it, you know, it's just there as a prop. You can't really do anything with it. So I'm glad that Shinobi Striker is not really going that route. Now, as for the mentors and the different types of avatars, I do enjoy the fact that they're gonna change it to where you can only have a defense type do defensive jutsus, because that is the best way you can, you know, balance the game out, okay? If you give an attack type certain jutsus that are not meant for an attack type, I feel like that'll just throw the whole balance of the game and the whole teamwork dynamic of the game. So I'm assuming that that's the biggest reason, actually, that they did this, you know, just so that way the teamwork dynamic doesn't get thrown into shit by the ability to just use any jutsu you want or any type of avatar that you make, okay? In general, I'm a little confused about the story mode and the online, because as you guys saw, the main mode battle is called Ninja League, and from what we've seen on the scan, the story mode is something called like Ninja World League. So I'm not too sure if they are one and the same, or they are two separate game modes that just so happen to have the same name. I'm gonna need a little clarification on that later down the line, but yo, overall, man, you know, they're doing a good job with how the game works, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys thought about what I said. Let me know what you guys thought about the trailer. Hey, you know, I just want a discussion to start going on here because I really want to talk about it. Anyways, guys, I'm out. Peace.